Hello everyone. Today we are talking about 4 random Edinburgh traditions. So how are you all? Hope you are all happy and healthy and well out there. It is a good day here in Edinburgh because yet more and more things are opening up. You will notice as we travel down the Royal Mile today, people are sitting outside pubs, having drinks. They're with friends, they're socialising outside, and as of today as well, historic Scotland sites are historic Scotland sites are open again as of today as well. We're not actually going into the castle today, but I do want to talk about one thing that happens in the castle. So yeah, so we're doing 4 random Edinburgh traditions. Now every city, every town probably, if you really bear down to it, but every city has got its own little traditions, its own little idiosyncrasies, you know what I mean? Where, you never stand on that step on a Thursday, because that's where Jock tripped on a Thursday, so you never stand on that step. Or you never walk past that window without waving to the ghost of Janet, you know what I mean? These sort of things. You never come to Edinburgh without buying Tony a pint. You know, these sort of important traditions that each city should have. Edinburgh's got loads. We're just going to go through 4 of them. The first one is actually in the castle behind me, but we're not going in, like I said. Some of these I may have mentioned before on random videos here and there, but I thought it was good to at least put 4 of them together. And number 1 is, of course, the 1 o'clock gun. So for those of you that don't know, Edinburgh has a castle. There it is. See? And in it are cannons of varying age. There's some old, there's some new-ish. When I say new, they're still like 20 odd years, but you know what I mean. And one of them is fired every day at 1 o'clock. You can watch this. Anyone, if you're in the castle, can go in and watch the traditional firing of the 1 o'clock gun. And there's a funny sort of habit for anyone coming to Edinburgh, that you know the locals, because if you're on Princes Street and you hear a massive bang, you can tell the locals because they look at their watch. Anyone non-local will look up or duck about and go, "Oh, what was that?" Whereas anyone local will go, "It's 1 o'clock." From this side, from the Princes Street side of the castle, and if you're looking up at the castle at 1 o'clock, you'll see the poof, and you'll hear the smoke. That's what that was, smoke. And you'll hear the bang, because they fire a cannon. And the reason they fire the cannon actually goes back to the 1800s. I'm taking you back to 1850 right now. In 1850, there was a city outcry, I tell you, to have an accurate timepiece for the city. And in 1861, if I get my dates right, I may be chopping about, but it's round about that time. Firstly, there was a white ball, dropping at precisely 1 o'clock on the top of the Nelson Monument on the top of Calton Hill. So there is a ball and it drops, and that marks 1 o'clock. However, the real thing that really helped with the 1 o'clock was down at Leith, so they could tell the time for ships going in and out, and tides, and lots of things that I don't really understand. So they couldn't see the top of the Nelson Monument, because it was really only helping the people in central Edinburgh, telling them that it was 1 o'clock. Because there wasn't a big clock up at the time, you know what I mean? The Balmoral Hotel wasn't there, and the clock wasn't there. So the ball would drop at 1 o'clock. But let me show you from this kind of view from down there. That's Leith down there, that's Leith Docks. And although I can't see the Nelson Monument right here, it's just behind those buildings, unfortunately. So a white ball would drop. They're not going to see that. They're not going to see that white ball dropping. So they needed something as well for an accurate time down there. So they added a cannon firing from the castle as well. So simultaneously, if you're paying attention, the cannon fires at 1 o'clock, signalling down to them at Leith that it was 1 o'clock, and the ball will drop, signalling to those in central Edinburgh that it's 1 o'clock. Now truthfully, they probably could have stopped the ball dropping by the time the cannon started, because everyone here could hear that as well. But to help those in Leith know it's 1 o'clock, and ironically they won't hear it down there now because, you know, hustle bustle of city life. The 1 o'clock gun will fire, the white ball will drop, and the whole of central Edinburgh will go. Alright, Edinburgh should having a problem talking today for some reason. Edinburgh tradition number 2, and we need to come to here on the Royal Mile. Actually, there's 2 kind of in this immediate area. One of them we spoke of already not that long ago, but the other one is, you see that little statue right there, right in the middle? Let's get it right in the middle. Where is it? There it is, right in the middle. See that statue, the guy sitting there? Tradition number 2. This statue right here is of David Hume, one of the world's most prolific philosophers. And this is a statue of him which was unveiled in 97, so you know it's not the oldest statue in the world. However, you will notice, if we zoom in a wee bit, his foot has been well rubbed right there, compared to the rest of them who's went that, you know, that Statue of Liberty colour, because he's probably made of copper. But yeah, so it is tradition, or has become a tradition, to come and rub the toe of David Hume for good luck. And a lot of students in Edinburgh Uni and things like that, they will come and they will rub his toe for good luck before they sit their exams. And I think a lot of people passing by now just see it and grab it, and there is a story that the sculptor deliberately tucked his foot over, because it isn't, you know, it's odd to see that tucked over on a statue like that. But there is a story that he did that deliberately, so that I can't talk today. Deliberately, so that people would rub the toe, and now, yeah, people rub it for good luck. However, what's interesting or ironic about the whole thing is that David Hume famously said or philosophized that there is no related events between unrelated actions. So he would think that rubbing his toe for good luck was absolutely ridiculous. So give his toe a rub, just to, you know, get on his nerves. However, with that is a tradition. Down here is not a tradition. As you continue down the road, you get to here, Greyfriars Kirkyard, famously the home of Greyfriars Bobby. And to the right here, just beside Greyfriars Kirkyard, you can see a statue of Greyfriars Bobby. This statue's been here for years. Absolutely donkeys. In fact, there is a picture of Walt Disney standing next to this statue. However, in the last few years, people have started to take to rubbing his nose. Now, locals, do not do this. People who know, do not do this. Tourists, for some reason, have started doing this. Please do not be that tourist, because Bobby's nose is being damaged by people doing it. So don't do it. As we say here in Edinburgh, dinna rub the Bobby. For our third tradition, we just need to turn slightly round from David Hume, sitting right there, and go at the front of St Giles Cathedral. Now, I have spoke about this one fairly recently, so I'm only going to touch on it briefly right now, as we are talking about Edinburgh traditions. However, if you want to find out the whole story, I will leave a link in the corner about the Heart of Midlothian, which is just here, in front of St Giles Cathedral, just by where this person's doing caricatures. See, it's nice to see the place getting busy again, shops getting open, things happening. But yes, this is the Heart of Midlothian. Famously, the old, entrance, that's the word, to the Tollbooth prison, which used to stand on this site. Like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole story. If you want to hear the whole story, I will leave a link in the corner and in the description now. However, it is tradition to spit on the heart as you walk past it. Again, for good luck. The reason why people generally spit on the heart is because it's the site of the old door of the prison, and people used to spit on the door of the prison because they were spitting on the criminals that were residing inside. So now that it's not there, the door isn't there anymore, but that's where the door was. So since the door was there, that's where we spit. And so now it's the heart. It's the heart of Midlothian. And yeah, you can spit on it whenever you like for good luck. So if you really want to edge your bets for good luck, you know, you go there, you rub David Hume's toe, you come here, you spit on the heart. The toe and heart luck line. There we go. Toe heart, heart toe, heart toe luck line. That's a thing. We're going to get that started now. The heart toe luck line. The spit and a rub. Spit and a rub gives you luck. A rub and a spit gives you luck and wit. Whilst we are walking down to our last story, or our last tradition in Edinburgh, look at the Royal Mile. If you look back at some of the videos where I've been here, where it's been so quiet, I've been the only one here. Look, people are out. People are allowed to see each other. People are allowed to have a drink. Thankfully, the numbers in Britain are continuing to decrease. The vaccine is rolling out and life is coming back to normal, and thankfully, we're almost there. Our last tradition brings us right down to the bottom of the Royal Mile, into Holyrood Park and to Arthur's Seat, and is very apt because it's one you can only do on the day that this video comes out. It's almost as if I planned it, and I didn't. So this is Arthur's Seat, and actually this tradition didn't start as a Scottish tradition. Didn't start as a Scottish tradition, didn't start as an Edinburgh tradition, it started as a pagan tradition. So it's the pagan tradition of washing your face in the dew of the start of spring, summer? It's May, so it's spring. So the tradition is that on the 1st of May, you would go to where dew was gathering in the morning and wash your face with the dew from the 1st of May. And this was supposed to give you eternal beauty. As you can tell, I do this every May. But I've not even got a moisturiser at home, and I keep getting around for it. But yeah. So this was the pagan tradition of washing your face in the dew of the grass on the 1st of May. In the 1940s, a group of girls decided to climb up Arthur's Seat in the morning and wash their face in the morning dew to do this tradition, to do this tradition. Anyway, it caught on, and by the 1960s, around about 1,000 people on the 1st of May every morning, whilst the dew was lying in the grass, would climb up, find some dew and rub their face in it. And this tradition to this day goes on a little. Nowhere near as big. It was, like I said, it wasn't it was an adopted tradition, I suppose. It was, like I said, it was a pagan tradition that was then adopted by a group of people that decided to start doing it in the 40s, and by the 60s it was a big thing, and then it kind of started to dwindle. However, I'm sure tomorrow, or the day you're seeing this on the 1st of May, some people will go up and they will wash their face in the May Day dew to give themselves eternal beauty. If you're thinking of doing it, today's the day you can do it, but by that time it's too late. It's supposed to be the morning dew as the sun rises, so you're too late. Tough. So there you have it, guys. There you have 4 random Edinburgh traditions. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's something a little bit different, but it's little things like that which I think give a city, give a place its character. These little things that go on that people just know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The locals just know. Maybe not all locals, some locals. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of other little bits of Edinburgh that have a little tradition that I have no idea of, and I want to learn them. If you know any more, please write them in the comment. Tell me more, so we'll do another video. If Leith has got some, if Grant has got some, if Christopher have got some, let's share them. Let me know them. Let me know. Anyway, if you did enjoy that, guys, as always, please remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment, like I said, let me know all about your traditions if you know any others in Edinburgh, or if you have any similar ones around the world. But look after yourself. Until next time, bye humans.